I don't have all the answers. Hello, friends. I am Christian Nielsen. It is good to have you with us, either for the first time or if you're returning. I hope that everybody has had a good start to the new year. A lot of things have been going on in the world, so it is an interesting time. I'd like to start with a quote by Joseph Campbell. "My God is not an old man in the sky. It's a metaphor for a mystery that absolutely transcends all categories of human thought, including being and not being. But that's too many words for the back of a quarter." I want to have some serious conversations on this channel and my various social media outlets about what our feeling is and what our understanding of the divine is, and share a little bit of what my own feelings are based on a lot of experience working with people at end of life, as well as church work and some seminary training, just enough to be dangerous. And so I think that those conversations, though, need to start from a place of humility. And I think that that is where I would like us to start this year out, is to talk about humility. I think we could use a whole lot more humility right now in our world. And I think the source of a lot of our problems does come from our own feelings of certainty and our own feeling that we, or that our political party, or that our religion, that we have the only version of the truth. And that is not how we build a society. I can't assume that my answers are the only answers. The only true wisdom is knowing you know nothing. Those are the words of Socrates. If you look at Buddhism, Buddhism looks at the beginner's mind, that we should approach everything with curiosity and with not assuming we know everything that's happening and that we know all there is to know. That's how we learn. So it involves that curiosity. It also involves comfort with uncertainty, which I know is a challenge for many folks. To quote, I believe it was Anne Lamott who said it first, but she may not have, that the enemy of faith is not doubt, it's certainty. When we don't leave space in our own thinking, and when we cling to these easy answers sometimes, that is very tempting for us to do, we end up not seeing the whole picture. And we end up missing out on opportunities for our own growth. Humility is not shame. Humility is not low self-esteem. Healthy humility is not something that comes from being abused as an individual or as a culture. It is not being subservient to. It is not degradation, and it is not humiliation. Humility is an awareness of our own boundaries and limitations. It's a deep awareness of our connection to others that does not place our own ego and well-being ahead of theirs. It's realizing that while we each have many questions, we have very few answers within ourselves. Humility for me is about always seeking and listening and working to understand our experiences and the experiences of others, and how those shape our understandings of the universe. It's about a saying that I heard Paul Wellstone say many times back in the 80s, that none of us is smarter than all of us. Humility is about finding our place and allowing others to find their place without our interference. Humility is about realizing that our truths are simply our truths and not the truths of others. Humility is about allowing the truths of others to inform our own truths. To have humility is to have compassion towards oneself while having compassion for others, and while having compassion for creation, for the world that we share. In my seminary faith formation class taught by John Lee, we came up as a class of some qualities of humility that I'd like to share with you. Humility involves openness to differences, openness to feedback, ability to dialogue as well as to persuade, inclusiveness, willingness and ability to empower others. That's a really important one. Ability to be passionate about our convictions and open to the possibility of our errors. Ability to own one's biases and assumptions, and ability to receive influence. Any exploration of the universe or a possible creator of the universe needs to start with I could be wrong. And there's no way that I can be right about everything. As has been said many times in science and in science fiction, and I think Commander Data in Star Trek The Next Generation may have said it well, if I can remember it correctly here, that the beginning of wisdom is the phrase, I do not know. I do not know exactly what the divine is. I do not know who is our creator. I can learn some things, especially from the text and wisdom of other traditions as well as my own. I have a visual reflection that I would like to share with you today. And so for the next 5 minutes or so, I hope that you can sit back and listen to this prayer of humility. Creator of the universe, vast beyond all my understanding, please hear my small prayer. May I be always mindful that I am but one strand in the web of humanity, and humanity one strand in the web of life. May I remember that my own needs in the circle do not supersede the needs of those around me, my human siblings, and my living cousins of leaves and grass, of wings and forelegs. May I always remember that I am made of stars, just as the blood of all my human and animal relatives. May I know that I am sacred, as are all my relations. May I know that I am worthy of receiving your love, and may I never deprive others of your love through me. May I always be seeking your great mystery, comfortable with uncertainty being the only certainty. May I never stop seeking more questions, and may I never be satisfied with small, easy answers. And may I never force those answers on another. May I not mistake my own perception for the reality of another. May I not confuse my own idea of the divine with the divine itself. May I not mistake my fingers pointed at the moon for the moon itself. Help me to listen more than I speak. Remind me to speak the words, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Help me see my limitations and my blind spots. Help me see difference as a resource to greater understanding and not a threat. Brother Jesus, let me walk with thee. May I see you in the other, and the other in me. Grant me the strength to walk alongside the suffering and the hopeless. Help me to lift up the powerless and embrace the outcast, to feed the hungry, to clothe the naked, to heal the sick, to welcome the stranger, and to love, especially when it's hard. Let it be, dear Creator. Let it be. Thank you for joining me this week, my friends, and I'm glad you stayed with me. I want to thank all of you who support this channel through likes and comments and through sharing this content with others. It makes a huge difference. I also want to very much thank some people who have been very generous in helping support these endeavors. If you would like to help with that, that is by no means necessary, but there is a PayPal link for a donation below this video. And if you would like to support us in that way, to support the work that I'm doing in that way, it would be deeply appreciated, but it is not necessary. I'm so glad that we have found this space to connect, and I look forward to this new year together. We have a lot of work to do to bring justice and peace to this world. So let's get to it. Peace be with you, my friends.